I
So
find
to
myself
women,
beautiful in a
to
lot of
women,
ways.
to women though. They're not everything to women, but they're a lot. They're probably like 80% to men up front. So, they hear they hear you getting rejected twice, and they don't see you putting any work. They see you're super overweight for your age with like a ring, and they're thinking like you haven't put any time into studying what men want. So like, why can you be mad about the results? That's how men are going to see it. I'm not saying they
Maybe.
should see it that way, but I'm saying that's why it went so viral, because you're saying you want something, but your actions don't match it.
Yeah, but they also don't know much about me. I spent 3 years on and off on Tinder, going on dates all the time, and I've been rejected more than twice. I go out, like if I see somebody at a restaurant, a waiter, I'll hit on him. Maybe that's not great because they're working, but I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to get rejected. That's not the problem at all. It was at that time I just had been feeling a certain type of way, and it hit harder than it normally would have. But I do put myself in position of getting rejected, and usually I don't
Well,
take it very personal.
I know, but I'm not saying the approaching. Again, the number one thing men look for is beauty, right? So again, if you can't control your eating, like the way men are going to see it is you kind of deserve what you get. And they're not, it's not to, I'm not trying to judge you because I've been overweight. I get it. But, I would say that should be your number one priority right now is losing weight. 1,200 calories a day, baby. I did it. It's not too bad once you get past the cut.
I even eat less than that at this point. Some days I don't even eat, and that's not healthy either. But I don't. The thing is I don't want to attract the men that you're talking about. I don't want them.
Well, I would say that's all men. All men prefer thinner women. Some might
Not all
go
men.
for big. Some men might go for bigger women because they're easier. So they kind of the way that a lot of guys see it is bigger women are just easier to get. So they might not want to go through the trouble of getting like a super attractive girl. It's the same thing for me. I would say I'm pretty average looking. There's more beautiful women. Some men might go for a more average looking girl because they view the beautiful women as too hard to get. It's like too difficult. But they're always going to prefer the more beautiful and the thinner. As most of you know, I have been fighting on the front lines of the simp epidemic for years, but I need to tell you about a quiet weapon being ratcheted up against men that is rarely talked about. It's not just the relentless anti-masculinity propaganda and OnlyFans hoes causing the societal issues that we discuss on this show. Did you know that the average city's tap water contains trace pharmaceuticals and endocrine disruptors? This often includes estrogen from birth control. The average adult consumes a credit card worth of plastic every single week. That's 5 grams of plastic a week on average. So it's no wonder that the average male's testosterone is half of what the average was 50 years ago. Testosterone levels decline 1% a year, and without a course correction, we are headed towards extinction. No matter how based you are, you need to be naturally boosting your testosterone. My friends at Chalk, CHOQ.com, are on a mission to save mankind from extinction by boosting your vitality. Chalk's Male Vitality Stack contains premium and potent herbs clinically studied to naturally boost your testosterone levels, sperm count, and overall vitality. Just one of the many ingredients in the Male Vitality Stack was studied in double-blind human clinical trials to boost total testosterone 20% in 90 days. When you boost your testosterone, you'll have more mental clarity, you're more capable of making decisions and taking risks. Having high testosterone will also affect your pheromones, so women will find you more attractive subconsciously. Get the Chalk Male Vitality Stack right now on Chalk.com. That's CHOQ.com. Use my name Pearl as your coupon code and you'll get 25% off site-wide on Chalk.com. That's CHOQ.com. My name Pearl is the discount code.
Looks matter. Looks do matter, but looks aren't everything. And I find myself beautiful in a lot of ways.
To women though, they're not everything to women, but they're a lot. They're probably like 80% to men up front.
It's okay that I'm having such a hard time dating because I am trying to find the exception when it comes to men. I am not looking for someone who just judges me based off of my appearances because in general, there are a lot of men who say beauty is in the eye of the beholder as well. The people that are attracted to your page, yes, they guarantee they are looking for just looks, but it's not all men. There are a lot of men that I've met that don't just include looks. And there are a lot of men who are attracted to me just exactly the way I am.
Why do you go about it that way? Because I was in your position. No. So I was in your position, and instead of Like, why argue with me about what men want when you know deep down on some level that men are more attracted to thin women? Why not just, say I'm going to lose the weight? Like, why argue? Why be combative? Why not just lose the weight and then problem solved?
Um, that's a deep-rooted question, and I would have to say it's because I've met good men. I've
So
met good
wait, wait,
men.
wait, wait. So they're bad if they prefer thinner women? That's what you're implying.
I've met,
I mean, the guy
maybe I
you
should
went the guy
say,
you the guy you went for was tall, right? I don't think you're bad if you prefer tall men. You're 5'9", you know. I prefer tall men.
I
Why is
do
it
too.
Yeah, so why is it wrong for men to prefer thinner women? Like, why use the shaming language?
It's because I don't want to, because when you get older, naturally, you do usually gain weight, you usually get wrinkles, you usually get gray hair, and those are the type of men that'll leave me for someone younger. I don't want that. I want
No,
somebody who prefers
no,
who you are as a person.
no, but what they see it as you're irresponsible and you lack discipline. Because if you're overweight, you do lack discipline. You can't stop. There's no reason you should be that big at your age. There's no like that like, do you know how many 10 pounds is 35,000 calories. That means for years you've had to eat in a calorie surplus and do nothing about it to get to that point. So, and I was in that same position. So again, I'm not judging you. I understand how it happens, but when it happened to me, I knew that I lacked discipline. So men see that as a character flaw, and it is.
I did lack discipline in
You
that
do. Yeah. You slow.
category.
Yeah.
And one of the things is I didn't lack discipline in every facet of my life. I got my bachelor's degree. I'm in school. I have a job. I make more money than most men I meet on the dating apps. Most men I meet on the dating apps live with their moms.
Right. But most men don't care about that. That doesn't make you attractive because you make money. That makes them attractive to us. And the way they're going to see it is you're probably overpaid, because most women are overpaid for their work because men's jobs are traditionally harder. So like, for example, you probably out earn like a logger. You probably out
I
earn
am
a lot of blue collar men that do way more difficult jobs than you.
I do not get paid nearly as much as blue collar men. And you know what? As a teacher who
You
works,
make more than 45,000, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, I know. So loggers in Chicago, I'm from Illinois, so they make like 45K. So you make more than a logger.
Maybe in Illinois, but not in California.
I know, but what's with the arguing? Like, what's with the? You just said you make more money than most men you meet on the dating apps.